wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers, dear participants. It is our distinct honor to welcome each and every one of you to the opening ceremony of the Balkan Youth Forum under the theme Balkan Youth and the without thanking our valuable partners, the Forum of European Muslim Youth and Student Organization, Center da Drodvezni Aktivazam, and Visioni Skopje for making this event possible. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are currently, the world is facing greatest cascades of crisis in the history of mankind. The pandemic has sent shockwaves through the global economy and has stretched humanitarian and health systems to a breaking point. Thus, in cases like rising debts to surges in global poverty. Added to that, global heating is affecting every region on Earth, with many of these changes becoming irreversible. It is upsetting every collective lives of our communities, and the most exposed to these issues are, of course, the youth and women. But what gathers us today is to discuss about the impending issues the youth are facing in the Balkan region, a region that has faced an array of security and socio-economic challenges due to intra-conflicts and previous political turmoil. All these crises mentioned previously only exacerbated the issues the youth are exposed with within the region. On the other hand, we are witnessing a growing trend of youth activism within the region, young people who are yearning for meaningful changes and wants to take part of the decision-making circles of the society in a bid to contribute to a sustainable peace in their respective communities. The aim of this forum is to promote effective dialogue among the Balkan youth leaders, activists, and other stakeholders on the role of youth in building peace, cooperation, and development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us get started. We are going to kick off things today by first listening to three illustrious guest speakers. But before that, let us watch a video which reflects the aspirations of the youth. The video showcases how the youth are demanding actions due to the obsolete model of development in their respective communities. Illustrious audience, ladies and gentlemen, let us now watch this video together.
The year 2020 exposed vulnerabilities and dysfunctionalities of the international system and exhibited this reality to every citizen of the world, regardless of their age, race, and social class, making us once again question the current state.
The COVID-19 pandemic has flattened the political and economic hierarchies of the last century or so. The East, West, South, North, rich, poor, democratic, illiberal divisions have turned out to be highly questionable.
2020 brought many challenges, but it made one thing very clear, that no institution or individual alone can address the economic, environmental, social, and technological challenges of our complex, interdependent world.
It will lead to a question whether it will break us or we will be together strong.
There is no doubt that we will overcome this. However, we need to do better this time. We can't just go back to the status quo that we had before and call it a new normal. It was simply not sustainable and inclusive.
And who would have thought that in this enlightened millennium, more than 1 billion people would be living on less than $1.25 a day, 70% of them women, that every 4 or 5 seconds a child would die because of poverty and preventable illnesses.
The world we want to build must be a resilient one. We have to redefine our social contract. We need to act now, act deliberately. This is the moment we can proactively reshape the system that everyone can benefit from. In doing so, the youth are the key.
We do need a role for youth, and we do need a different world. Youth are in the front line in building new world, in bringing change, bringing about change.
The youth are agents of change. However, The youth needs to be empowered, have a role in decision making, and put at the heart of solutions urgently, as next crises are already waiting for us around the corner.
We are lacking fresh ideas. Maybe it is time for us to have young people on the board so that they can come up with fresh ideas. These people should be involved in the governance also, in the decision making.
And any bridge which will be built, if it's built by the young people, perhaps will be the bridge of the future.
Providing platforms for the youth in every possible area, ICYF has been working tirelessly to better serve and respond effectively to the needs and challenges of young people, and continues to equip the youth with the necessary tools and skills to reach their full potential. Take part in policy and decision-making, and mobilizing them to be the main driving force for social progress and a resilient future.
In these tough times of pandemic and post-pandemic, it's crucial for us and for all to get youth together and mobilize efforts towards much more effective and sustained solutions and actions.
The time to rebuild and make a vital choice is past due. The youth should not feel trapped in an obsolete system. We need a new, inclusive mechanism with youth-centered approaches, spearheaded by governments, civil organizations, policymakers, decision-makers, and all stakeholders. We are connected to each other like never before, and we already contribute to the resilience of our communities, proposing innovative solutions, driving progress, and inspiring change. With political commitment and resources, we, the youth, can make the world a better place for all.
Indeed, we need to redefine our social contract, and of course, we have to act deliberately. And on that note, to give his opening remarks, ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to welcome His Excellency Taha Ayhan, President of the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, to please deliver his welcoming remarks. Mr. President, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, dear ED, and all the friends in the ICF headquarters. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh from the capital city of Tatarstan Republic of Russian Federation, from Kazan, a lovely city. Greetings, first of all, to His Excellency Shafik Jaferovic, the Boshnik member of the Presidency of Bosnia-Herzegovina, Her Excellency Dr. Amina Ubaid Al-Hajji, Director General of the Cultural, Social and Family Affairs of Vice General Secretariat. Again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On this dear occasion, I wish to extend my regards and warmest welcome to all with us, and also would like to express my appreciation for the outstanding efforts of the young diplomats of the OIC geography and beyond. Once again, I would like to congratulate the Islamic Cooperation from ICYF team for the good work for bringing together this event. The United Nations World Population Prospects statistics estimate that there are 1.5 billion between 15 to 24 years old in the world, and nearly 1 billion live in developing countries where conflict is more likely to have taken place. In such demographic realities, the potential youth's call for change and positive action is the subject of growing research agenda. And this is particularly the case with the recent wave of the social upheavals and humanitarian crises in the different parts of the world. Many young people face violence and armed conflict in their daily lives at present. 1.5 billion people live in a fragile, vulnerable, and conflict-affected states, and almost 60 million are forcibly displaced, and about half of the refugee population is under 18 years old. Only a small percentage of young people turn to violence in a conflict situation, yet a disproportionately large percentage of global attention is paid to them. Focusing only on young people as a threat neglect to engage the majority of young people, including those who actively contribute to the resilience of their communities, their nations, and the inclusiveness of their societies. In recent years, youth organizations, civil society organizations, international non-governmental organizations, and the United Nations and OIC, and beside them, ICYF as well, have helped raise awareness of young people's potential for and contribution to the peace building and peacekeeping. The youth of the Balkans represents an extraordinary generation, witnessed arduous political and socio-economic conditions over the past few decades, The interregional conflicts and their subsequent political turmoil have deeply affected their daily lives and also shaped most challenges they confront today. As the world is experiencing a new phase with serious and multifaceted implications, particularly during the pandemic, new problems and challenges have emerged in addition to those lagging ones in the region. Yet, despite the compelling regional strategy, youth activism is on the rise in the Balkans region. It points to the capacity of Balkan youth to initiate meaningful social change of their own as key actors, open to dialogue, solidarity, cooperation, united leading to the betterment of the regional conditions. Youth, youth stand at the heart of development and positive change. In this regard, the Balkan youth holds a huge potential for sustainable development, peaceful integration, and stability in the region. Balkan youth, however, needs to have necessary support and resources of established institutions to undertake those changes in the most effective ways. Their interactions and active participation in national and regional issues should be appreciated and maintained as a guarantee for peace, cooperation, and development. Those demand dynamic interactions and good practices among Balkan youth, being one of the most essential actions for the prosperous future of the region. I believe that youth plays a pivotal role in the peace building in the region, which is suffering from the above mentioned problems of the last century. Young people must play this peace building role so that the sufferings of the past are not repeated. For this, it is necessary to strengthen the ties and increase the communication between young people from different backgrounds living in the same region. And it I see like that is our aim to create such multi-dimensional diplomatical mediums. And by this initiative of Balkan Youth Forum, we start a new initiative to create a new medium for multi-dimensional Balkan youth from different nations and different regions who are living in the same region of the world. Before I conclude my words, I would like to thank to His Excellency Shefik Jaferovic for his contribution to the Balkan Youth Forum. His Excellency's indispensable political and diplomatical experience and contribution is a testimony of his determination to help find solutions on matters affecting the youth within the Balkan region. As I see like that, we always support and work with youth and facilitate their more active participation in decision-making processes. I believe that the diplomats and the leaders of the future will be trained better thanks to these and similar programs. Thank you all for your kind attention, and I wish a very fruitful last 2 days of this forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for your such a brilliant and informative speech. Moving right along, we would like now to give the floor to the Director General of Cultural, Social, and Family Affairs of the OIC General Secretary, Her Excellency Dr. Amina El-Hajj. Her Excellency, Doctor, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. Faha Ayhan, President of the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF, representatives of the Center for Democratic Action, representative of the Forum of European Muslim Youth and Students Organization, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is for me a great pleasure to address this opening ceremony of the Balkan Youth Forum, organized by the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF, with the collaboration of the Center for Democratic Action and the Forum of European Muslims Youth and Students Organization. At the outset, allow me to express my gratitude and appreciation to the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum for the invitation extended to the OIC General Secretary to participate in this event, which is doubly important in terms of the target, which is the youth, and likewise in terms of the region, which is the Balkan Peninsula, considers as a very which is considered as very diverse ethno-linguistic region, being home to multiple ethnic groups, their specific religious and cultures. The region witnessed also arduous political and socio-economic conditions over the past few decades, in addition to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, last month, on 12th of August, the OIC joined the international community and celebrate the International Youth Day with the objectives of raising awareness about youth-related issues and revealing the potential of youth as active and important partners in the decision-making process within the global society. In the same vein, on 3rd of September, the OIC, alongside with its relevant institutions such as the ICYF, have celebrated the OIC Youth Day to mark the importance that our organization accords to the young people, which are projected to be more than 1/3 of the world's young population. This demographic wave requires putting the youth at the forefront of any fight that aims to build a better future for our societies. Ladies and gentlemen, to cope with the challenges facing the region, youth as key actors open to dialogue, solidarity, cooperation, and unity, leading to the betterment of these regional conditions, should stand at the heart of development and positive change. In this respect, the General Secretariat commands the initiative of organizing a Balkan Youth Forum under the theme Balkan Youth and the Future of Dialogue, Cooperation, and Sustainability. In this regard, our participation as the OIC General Secretariat is to emphasize the role that youth should in consolidating the values of tolerance and the principle of peaceful coexistence and establishing sustainable development and stability in all regions, including these important regions. Our participation aims also to call upon young people from the whole Balkan Peninsula to sidestep the danger of violent extremism and terrorism, as I call also upon all decision makers to do their utmost to prevent the creation of fertile grounds for the recruitment by terrorist organizations of young extremists and terrorists for their nefarious activities and destructive idea based on misguided beliefs that have no connection with Islam. From this August audience, I would like to vote that our individual and collective responsibility to separate and promote the principle of moderation and tolerance that characterize the right image of our Islamic religion. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to stress that the COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the urgent need for rethinking our patterns of existence. It has also clearly revealed the delicatness of our system of governance at the economic, political, social, and environmental levels. It has obviously emphasized that firm need for strengthening national and international solidarities in which young people should have very important role to play. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate my thanks and appreciation to ICYF as well as to the partners that have spared no efforts for the success of this forum. I would also like to point out of the OIC General Secretariat's readiness to cooperate on anything that is likely to contribute to strengthening youth capabilities and activating their role in the all society. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you, Your Excellency, for such an insight. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite the Bosniak member of the Presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina, His Excellency Sefik Zaferovic, to deliver his statement.
Poštovani učesnici Balkanskog omladinskog foruma, na samom početku želim vas sve pozdraviti i poželiti vam uspješan rad i plodotvornu diskusiju. Izražavam zadovoljstvo što na ovom skupu učestvuju mladi ljudi i sa istoka i sa zapada. S tim u vezi čestitam Islamskom forumu za omladinsku saradnju što je organizirao ovaj događaj u saradnji sa Centrom za akciju i Forumom Europske muslimanske omladine i studentske organizacije. Raduje me svaki put kada vidim da su mladi ljudi opredjeljeni za dijalog i saradnju. Naročito je važno da se ovakav duh promovira među mladim ljudima na području Balkana, imajući u vidu teška iskustva naše nedavne historije. S obzirom da su jačanje mira i stabilnost ultimativni ciljevi kojima moramo težiti, dijalog i saradnja ne smiju imati alternativu. Riječ stabilnost zvuči ponekad samo kao teška riječ iz političkog vokabulara koja kao da nema previše veze sa težnjama i snovima mladih ljudi. Ali stabilnost je, ako se držimo onog što ona označava, ključni preduslov tih težnji i snova. Jedan od glavnih procesa kojem trenutno svjedočimo u državama Balkana jeste iseljavanje mladih u razvijene zapadnoevropske zemlje. Razlog tome jeste, pored ostalog, i stalna nestabilnost i strahovanje pred neizvjesnom budućnošću. Veliki broj mladih ljudi osjeća snažne posljedice neriješenih odnosa među državama, kao i međuetničkog nepovjerenja. Bez stabilnosti nema ni ekonomskog razvoja i to je drugi ključni problem. Ambijent u kojem još uvijek postoje prijetnje miru obeshrabruje investitore da otvaraju nove poslovne prilike. Zato je od velike važnosti da dijalogom radimo na rješavanju otvorenih pitanja, na jačanju mira, stabilnosti i međusobnog povjerenja, a ujedno i na ekonomskom unapređenju. Mladi ljudi žele stabilno demokratsko društvo, društvo jednakih šansi u kojem će moći ostvariti svoje potencijale i na taj način dati svoj doprinos i napretku zajednice. Ključna riječ u svim ovim procesima jeste obrazovanje. Posmatramo li historijski razvoj, vidjet ćemo da su moderni oblici društvenog organiziranja, kao što su demokratija i vladavina prava, praćeni masovnom pismenošću i povećanjem obrazovnog stepena stanovništva. Prva građanska društva javila su se tamo gdje je većina ljudi dobila pristup obrazovanju, a temelj moderne ekonomije postao je naučni razvoj. Ono što odlikuje najrazvijenija društva današnjice jeste činjenica da sve veći broj njihovih članova ima ne samo sekundarno, već i tercijalno, odnosno univerzitetsko obrazovanje. Obrazovanje je omogućilo promjenu kolektivne svijesti, a samim time i historijske paradigme, te je postalo moderni sinonim za uspjeh. Ulaganje u obrazovanje jeste ulaganje u mir, demokratiju, vladavinu prava, ekonomski razvoj i sve druge fundamente modernih društava. Obrazovana društva svjesna su značaja rješavanja problema na miran način, kroz dijalog i kompromis. Društva obrazovanih ljudi svjesna su značaja funkcionalne demokratije i pravne države kao jedinih autentičnih okvira u kojima se manifestira univerzalna ljudska težnja ka miru i slobodi. Zato naši napori trebaju biti usmjereni ka izgradnji društva znanja u kojem će se vrijednost pojedinaca određivati na osnovu njihovih znanja i drugih individualnih kvaliteta, a ne na osnovu vjerske, etničke ili druge pripadnosti, odnosno na logici privilegije i diskriminacije. Pozivam mlade lidere da daju svoj doprinos promociji vrijednosti znanja kao sigurnog temelja svjetlije budućnosti. Hvala vam na pažnji.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we had the idea of organizing this forum several months ago, little did we know that the pandemic shall be enduring until this day. Hence, of course, it has impeded our hopes of organizing this historic event in person in Bosnia. However, we are still beyond thrilled that the event is happening at least in a virtual format. So at this juncture, since Bosnia is the host country of this program, the least we could do is to share with you all a video featuring the exquisite scenery, places, and historic sites of this wonderful country. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us visit Bosnia by watching together this amazing video containing an authentic musical piece.
Da je Bosna od dženneta dio, Mostar grad bi džennet pašća bio, Sarajevo džennetska kapija, Banja Luka džennetska avlija, Sarajevo džennetska kapija, Banja Luka džennetska avlija. Kevser vrelo na buni bi bilo, u Bihaću podne bi učilo, u travniku sabah se klanjao, ajva s vodom abdest uzimao. U travniku sabah se klanjao, ajva s vodom abdest uzimao. Moj Allahu, hvala tebi sada, cijela Bosna, cijela Bosna ždu ti pada. Cijela Bosna, na seždu ti pada. Akşam namaz Kudüs'li bi bio, Kur'an bi se u prostu učio, u vakufu kurban bi se klao, u Zenici mevlud održao, u vakufu kurban bi se klao, u Zenici mevlud održao, u Goraždu jacija bi bila, sreč da bi se u Foči čila, više gradom džennetnu bi sjao, a u srcu Allah veličao, više gradom džennetnu isjao, a u srcu Allah veličao. Cijela Bosna na sećdu ti pada. Cijela Bosna na sećdu ti pada. Cijela Bosna na sećdu ti pada.
Thanks for sharing with us that video, and we do hope to visit Bosnia very soon, inshallah, which of course we saw from the video looks very incredible, glamorous, and splendid. Having come into the end of our opening ceremony, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, on the behalf of His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, President of the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum and the Secretariat of ICYF, we express our gratitude to our guests of honors and speakers and to all participants for your kind participation at this opening ceremony. We would also like to reiterate our deepest thanks to our partners and to the organizing committee of ICYF, whose commitment and personal involvement enabled this forum to happen. I would like to conclude by reminding you that we shall have our first panel just after this opening ceremony. Our first panel shall feature leading experts, professors, leaders who shall dwell on in-depth, forward-looking conversation on the mapping opportunities, needs, and prospects for the Balkan youth. Make sure to take part at this robust conversation, which shall definitely be enriching and resourceful. Remember that the expertise and leadership of the youth are key to successful, inclusive, and sustainable adaptation and mitigation solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, before I wrap up the session, let us end the ceremony with a group picture of our screen. Please do open your respective mics for that. That said, I'll see you just after 15 minutes for the first panel discussion. Please be there. We hope to see you very soon. May Allah bless each and every one of you. Happy afternoon and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.